Welcome to Pool Opening 2023, Part 10. First manual vacuuming. Awesome, I got the part numbers right, so already we're off to a great start. I don't know where you guys have been. It's been a couple days since the last video, so I don't know why you didn't just go ahead and do... Oh, right, I didn't post the video yet. I cheated. Last we saw the pool, it was green. Not so green anymore. It's bad, but it's not as bad. I got all kinds of watermelon stripes in there. A lot of the brown cloud down in that neck of the woods is gone. Similar story over here. What did I do? I used this. That is a net that I bought years ago. She's got a bag here, right? It's got a bag like that and a scraper, which is really handy. And the bag kind of swims with you as you use it. So you can scoop leaves and all kinds of stuff. And I pulled out a whole bunch of stuff already. This is just one pile of it. It's all like if you took leaves and put them in your blender and hit that pulse button a couple times, that's what it looks like. All kinds of shredded leaves, tons of algae, just not nice stuff. As I had stated, we have to get the green out of the pool. There's no magic chemicals that you can buy that are going to do it for you. You have to put the work in yourself. It's manual labor, it's not difficult, and I find it sort of a cathartic experience. You kind of just get in tune with it, and you just kind of do your thing. Like I said, it's not hard work, it's just work. Manually vacuuming it, we're going to put a vacuum just like you'd have in your house, okay? The vacuum, the part that is on the floor, that's where the suction is, and it goes up into the bag, and now it's not on the floor anymore. Well, in this case, we don't have a bag. We got a filter, but you don't want to vacuum to the filter. There are circumstances where you can, but you want to vacuum to waste. So waste is another position on your multi-port valve if you have that. Mine goes into a dry well. If you don't have a dry well, you have a waste hose, and you're going to have to unroll that, roll it out to the street, whatever it is. Just get it away, get it out, because you don't want that water because it's dirty. Right now, I'm not going to put it to waste because we have to get the vacuum charged up. What I do want to do, though, is turn my solar heater off. You have a regular heater, a gas heater type thing. Shut that off. Make sure your filter is out of circuit because you don't want to suck this stuff up to the filter. All that kind of stuff. We're going to leave the pool. It's on filtration now. We're going to leave it right where it is and get the vacuum set up first. Because as soon as you turn that to waste, you are going to start costing yourself money because you're losing water. I got the hose on still. You can see the pool is up to the toppy tip, almost. It's getting pretty close. And that's what you need. A lot of water, and it's all going down the drain. But it's going to clean your pool up pretty quick, so it's going to be worth any amount of money that you're going to spend in water, because you're not spending it on chemicals. You got your vacuum hose, you got your vacuum head, the pole is there, and off in the distance by the skimmer is the vacuum plate. That's that kind of yellowed, old looking thing next to it. Vacuum plate goes in the skimmer, hose comes back over here and goes into the vacuum head. Got to show people how this connects. It's really not difficult. But people ask these questions. Here's your vacuum head. It's got little two squeezy things. Stick it in the pole. Squeeze the two squeezy things. And get it so they lock into the holes in your pole. That really wasn't too difficult. Put your hose on that. Now, this is kind of coiled up. That's not really ideal, but I'll have to deal with that as I go. This plugs right on. We're going to do the same over at the other end. But the first thing you want to do is stick this in your pool, because this hose has air in it and not water, and you need water in it for it to work. So here's where we're going to go against all the pool companies and everything they say. You got a few choices to get water in that hose. The first choice is get your garden hose and try to fill it. That doesn't work. The other option is put it in the pool and submerge it underwater. It works if you don't mind getting in the pool and futzing around with that. I got a much easier way. We're going to take our vacuum, and put it in the pool. You want to get hose in the pool. I'll work that out before we get started. If you're working alone like I am, the vacuum is going to fall in the pool. It happens every time. If you're lucky, you can grab it by the hose and pull it back out. If you're not, then that's not going to work. What I'm going to do now is put the hose on the vacuum plate, stick that in the skimmer. Like I said, the hose is filled with air, and that means that you're going to get air in your pump. Completely against what the pool companies are going to tell you. They're going to tell you it's bad, it's going to burn your pump out. Not if you have other inlets on there. On my pool, I got a second skimmer down over there and a main drain, so it's getting plenty of water from there. This air isn't going to hurt it. So I'm going to toss in the rest of this hose, because you need it in the pool. It doesn't work with it out. It's got to go in there, so we got to toss it in and plug that up. So real easy. Stick that on your vacuum plate. Stick the vacuum plate in the skimmer. This hose is real floppy here. Wait, it's going to get heavy. There it goes. Let's go to the pump. It's supposed to be getting air. It's not. So I'll close off the east skimmer that I'm not using and force it to draw. There you go. See? Sometimes the static and dynamic pressures just don't agree. We're going to let this run, let it purge that air out. What that's doing is filling that hose with water. Automatically. There's no messing around, no garden hose, no falling in the pool with the hose. And right now, none of this is costing you money because we're still on filtration. Don't vacuum with it that way. We're going to change all that in a minute. Okay, we have purged about as much air as we can from that. I'm going to just open the east skimmer for a second just to let it really get good. And now we're going to turn off the pump. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is change these valves here. That one. So we leave that on, but shut these off. Come over here to the multi-port valve and change that over to waste. This has a valve on the waste gate, if you will. It's a ball valve, not a gate valve, but same idea. Make sure that's open so water will go out. As soon as you turn that switch on, it's going to start costing you money because that water is going down the drain. Let's talk before we do it. Pump is off. The vacuum plate is popped out but is still underwater, so we're still good. When you turn it back on, you got to pop that back in there. It'll firmly seat, and then you'll see that it's going to start sucking through the vacuum. Then you're going to start vacuuming. Just like vacuuming your house, you got choices here. You can go do a stripe, come back over it. Generally what I like to do, because you have a limited amount of water, limited amount of time to do this, is run the vacuum down to the end, pick it up off the floor, and pull it back hand over hand real quick and do your next stripe. You're going to leave watermelon stripes. That's just how it goes. So with that, let me get the pump turned on. We'll pop the head back in there and start vacuuming. Okay, now we'll put the vacuum plate back in. You can tell the vacuum on that. And now you can watch the magic happen. You're going to have to stop several times as you do this, because this stuff, this black stuff that I'm picking up here, are those chopped up leaves. But take a look at that stripe that I left already. Pull it back quick. Remember, this is not going to be a perfect job. That's okay. You're going to be doing this again. I can guarantee you that. Don't worry about leaving little bits. You'll come back for them another time when you have adequate water. So anyway, it's time to just settle in and do this. Like I said, it's rather cathartic. You just kind of do it and watch. You get that instant gratification that everybody craves in this day and age. So off we go. Okay, there's 1/3 done. I like to stop down at this point and check my basket. Actually, while I'm here, just because these leaves are here and suspended, I'm going to try to get them real quick. Just doing a quick job. Because again, this is all time and money right now. That's good right there. Let me shut down. You can clearly see the difference where I did and where I didn't. There's your instant gratification. For whatever money that costs in water, around here, a gallon is a penny. More than that now, probably. So, however long it takes for a gallon, and that's, I don't know, less than a minute, certainly, cost you a penny. 15 minutes, call it a penny every minute. You know, 2 pennies every minute. 30 cents? How much you spend in chemicals? Ain't no 30 cents. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, like I said, watermelon stripes. Yep, you got them. You definitely have watermelon stripes. We'll also see over here in the corner that the water's, there's a lot of stuff on the surface. That's because the water is above the skimmers. That'll go in the skimmers and take care of itself when the time arises. If your pool floor is really bad, another thing that'll happen is the water is going to get really murky. That's okay, because you're going to vacuum again. Usually it's 2 good vacuums and you're pretty good. What I like to do at this point is take a look. Let's come back over here. Take a look at our basket, see how we're doing. So we'll tip down over here. Pull out the vacuum plate. Pumps off, so no big deal. And look at everything that we just picked up. The water should drain out of that practically instantly. You see how it's all clogged up. And the other thing you see is how it really doesn't want to, you got to get in here and muck it out. Spray it out with the hose. Whatever you have to do, get this basket nice and clean. This is all the stuff that I can't get with my pull cover pump. All this stuff, see? I can't, this clogs that up immediately, just like this gets clogged like that. You have such strong suction that you still get flow, but it really clogs up and is pretty awful as such in much the same way. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up. I like to wait a bit and do the pool in thirds. So I'm going to give it 15 minutes, half hour, just, you know, relax for a bit. Have some nice lemonade or iced tea, something like that. And then we'll come back and we'll do the next third. Completes the second third. The third second third. I'm going to go park my vacuum over here. We'll shut down and take a look at the basket. Dirty pool. Not so dirty pool. See how fast it goes? It's not bad. You just have to put the time in. Not horrible. That's all we got right there. Not too bad. That works. Just kind of shake it out. I don't think I really have to even spray that out with the hose. That's pretty good. Put that back in there. Again, I'm going to stop down for about a half hour or so and then do the third of the pool. And then we'll see about the walls where it kind of slants down, and you know, we can mess around with that a bit. We'll see what we'll do. works. As you can tell, my pole came apart, so I'm gonna have to try to pull the vacuum out by the hose and hope I can get it. I'm hoping to get it right from the corner there if I can grab the hose. Let's see what I can do. Hope the hose doesn't fall off. Slowly and gently. If you can, try to keep the vacuum head underwater to keep the hose filled with water. It may not always be a possibility. This time it was. So we got it. All right, now walk around the pool with chlorine. Okay, once again the pump seems to be making some angry sounds, but that pretty much is vacuuming. Let's shut it off, check that basket again. Obviously, you know what we're going to see here. Oh yeah, that's a nice full one. Look how slow the water drains out. That is not normal behavior at all. Yeah. You can see that is totally plugged with leaves and tree shit, all kinds of great stuff. All right, let's clean this out and then figure something else out because I don't know what yet. So fellas, all done vacuuming. That's all I want to do. I'm done. But the pump basket has stuff in it that the other basket didn't catch. Unscrewing these, you could use your whole hand. It's fine. Remember, screwing them down, 2 fingers. We'll go over that again. Let's take this out and see what the pump basket looks like. Sounds like that are indicative of a clogged basket. Yikes. Okay, the basket looks like it caved in. That's good. There. It was all the suction. Now, how is any water getting through that? Can somebody explain this? You see what I mean about manual vacuuming? It's labor. You gotta clean this, it's still dripping. You gotta clean this out several times during the whole process. I ignored that and waited till the end. But I gotta spray this out and spray it out good. Because otherwise the pool ain't gonna work without the damn pump, so I'll get this sprayed out. I'll show you how to reconfigure everything and we'll get the pool up and running again. So I call that perfect, because that's about as close as you're going to get. It's only going to pick up more stuff, so I never aim for 100%, 100%, 100% clean. That's going to have to just be good enough. We don't have any water in the basket. I bet it won't work without that. So we're going to try it. Two fingers, once again, to close this up. That's all I'm doing. Everything is as it were. It's still on waste. I still just have the one skimmer I was dealing with open. Obviously, I pulled the vacuum plate out of there. You know something? It's picking up. It's going to catch prime just fine. If it doesn't, you got to open it up, put water in the basket. This was faster. So I did that. See, it worked. Okay, so we got that. That's flowing nice. Let's open up, still how we were, the main drain and the yeast skimmer. Let it just chooch out. Let this run for, you want to give it a good 10 or 15 time, is what I'm telling you. That's probably pretty good. Turn it off. Give it a breather. Now we're going to come back up here. Now we're going to go ahead and put our valve back to filtration. I'm going to turn it counterclockwise this time. Remember before we turned it clockwise because everybody said we had to? I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or just one backwards. Folks, it doesn't matter. Turn the fucking handle so it gets where you need it to go. That's all there is to it. At this point, you can turn your pool back on, your pump back on, and it'll start filtering. And that's important because there's stuff that the vacuum kicked up that is airborne in the water. Waterborne, do you say? I don't know. Floating particles. You want to filter all that out. The filter is going to do its job. You just let it run. All right? I'm not going to turn the pool on just yet because I want to show you the work I did. And with the water calm, it's easier for you to see. A feller forged ahead and did the sides. They kind of slanty. So I did those. You can see here too. It's not a perfect job. It's not going to be a perfect job. You can't even aim for a perfect job. You will drain your entire pool trying to go for perfection here. Here's the part by the steps here. That's got stripes to go the other way. Over here, you can see. But taking a look, you saw at the beginning of this video, this pool was mostly green. It is now mostly blue. Now you can definitely see the bottom. There's a lot of stuff floating on top. The skimmers are going to take care of that. In fact, there's algae floating on top. Who is Algae and why is he in my pool? Never invited this guy. You can see the main drain. It's there. You can see everything. We're looking pretty good. The cloudiness, murkiness of the water, the filter is going to take care of. Now, there's a lot of floaty stuff here. I had a video a long time ago on how you can easily clear floating debris on your pool. I'm going to put a link for that in the prescription. But for now, let's get the pool turned back on. So we're pretty much good to go here. I'm going to turn my solar heat back on because it probably wants to. Okay. It doesn't right now. It might when I turn the pump on. Now we're back in normal operation. If it senses that it wants to heat the pool, it will. It's not that warm out today, so Oh, there we go, see? I'm going to shut the water off that's filling the pool because I don't want it overflow over the top of the skimmers like before. So that way the skimmers can skim. Because that's kind of the plan. Yeah, so that's doing well. Solar is back open. Everything is working. Let's see what our filter pressure is reading. It is higher than it was. Let's see if we can get you a shot of that. This is artificially higher. It's reading 24. Yeah, about 24. That is artificially high. When the solar is on, that pressure increases. I don't know why, it just does in this system, the setup. So it is what it is. I always go by the pressure with the solar not on, which would make it about 22 or so, somewhere in there. Not time to backwash yet, but surprise, surprise, by tomorrow or the next day, it might be time. So there you go, folks. Instant gratification, no chemicals required. But you gotta, you know, you gotta grease up them elbows. You gotta put the work in. You have to work for the pool, and then the rest of the summer, it's gonna work for you. But there's your instant gratification. One swipe of that, bam. That's all there was to it. Not a big deal. So that is gonna wrap up this part 10, first vacuuming, manual vacuuming of 2023. I thank you so kindly for watching, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.